Um, Man, all right. Things that I wish I did at 18. Now that I'm a little bit older, I think the number one thing I'm going to start with here is creating discipline when I was younger. I wish I had just the little disciplines, cleaning your room, on a daily basis, keeping that clean, cleaning your car, doing laundry on like 3-day intervals, or just kind of creating like little disciplines in my life that I have now that are so just kind of important in all the other aspects of my life. I think the second thing I would have down is like finding a job and working it, and then building a skill with that job. When I was 18, I did make a TikTok, and I was moving more towards online and social media, but even like real life skills were really lacking for me. I didn't have many things that were like that, and that's a bummer, because I feel like they're super important, and just learning everything you could back then skill wise was, especially like working skill wise, was super important, and I just didn't have it. I think the third thing I would think of is don't care what people think. Don't care about it. If people are making fun of you because you're doing something, don't worry about it. They don't matter. And the only thing that really matters is whether or not, one, you're pleasing God, or two, you're doing it because you actually enjoy it. If you're going around doing things because other people like it, you're just gonna hate your life, and you'll start rummaging through these cycles of, I hate this because they hate it. No, just do what you want, and that's pretty much some of the best things you can start to do. I think the fourth thing is like, don't touch substances. Don't mess with it. You don't need that in your life. You really don't. And the earlier you figure that out, the better off you'll be. There were so many things that I did when I was younger that I wish I never did and I never got into. And as I got older, it built addictions and other circumstances and other habits in my life that I hate nowadays. And I think there's better things to do than substances. Any skill building. Number 5, learn how to invest properly, in money-wise, time-wise, effort-wise. Like, those are 3 things that if you learn how to invest properly, not just into stocks or into Bitcoin or whatever, but even like learning how to take money and invest it into tools, or like hiring out people to edit videos if you want to edit videos, or if you want to learn a skill, invest in that skill, put money in that, because as you get older and you start making habits of buying things right as you get money, well, you stop having as much money, and it's not as good as you really want it to be. You can be in a really good situation by the time you're 25, just because you were smart with your cash when you were 18. And that's so true. I mean, if you just kind of put some effort in building good financial literacy, you will develop habits that throughout your life will benefit you, and you'll get to a point where it's like, oh crap, like I have so much more than I need, and it's because I did the smart thing with my cash back when I was young. Start a Roth IRA, number one thing, like, and invest in it. Really do. You will thank yourself when you're 50 Um, Starting other aspects that really help you out financial wise is super important to developing skills and developing life habits that really break over time. Number 6, I think being healthy is so important. Like developing good health cycles and learning how to, you don't have to be super on top of it, but you do want to be able to move around and have fun and be at points where you don't have to worry about, oh, this is going to be a lot and I don't think I can do it. Like, you never want to drop out of there. You want to be able to play sports when you're older. You want to be able to do certain things when you're older. So kind of maintaining that health and getting away from all of that other crap that's in your life. Super important. Quit nicotine now if you're doing it. Don't touch it. Get away from that stuff. Don't ever touch it. Any form, whether it's in the mouth or smoking it. It's way easier to quit now than it is when you're 5, 6, 7 years into it. If you're 18 and you're just starting, put it down. Seriously. You're doing nothing but harming your life. And that being said, it's easier to quit than you think. A lot of people say it's hard. No, just try it. Do it. Really set your mind to it, and you'll see the result that you get out of there. You can do crazy things if you really think about it and put your mind to it. And quitting cigarettes and quitting nicotine, that's so easy. I quit cold turkey. I was doing it for 8 years. By the time I was 20, I did it for 8 years, and I quit right then and there. I wish I was younger when I did that, because then I wouldn't have spent the thousands of dollars on that stupid crap. I would have been done with that. So that's another big one. Another really big one is like building good social etiquette. And this is serious. A lot of people I said, don't worry about what people think. That is kind of true. Yes. Don't worry about what people think. If it's something that you want to do, go do it. However, social etiquette is super important. And the way that you act is seen by other people. When I say like don't worry about what other people think, I mean that as in like if you're going and doing something that you enjoy, go do it. Like follow what your body tells you. And if you want to play a sport, play a sport. If you want to do art, do that. Don't worry about what other people think. But social etiquette in those areas is always important. It is always important to maintain social etiquette and kind of gain a good social standing in whatever situation you're in. And if you can do that through just being yourself and being honest, that's fine. A lot of people can't. You got to change. You got to learn how to socially adapt and be liked by people in the job space. That's so important. You don't want to be around people that are annoying. I know I don't. You don't want to be around people that you hate, right? So you kind of got to make sure you're doing your best to kind of maintain that social etiquette while you're there, and in other areas of your life, just so you can grow and develop as a person. That is growing and developing. People that curse all the time, people that throw words around all the time, people that you can't take seriously, those are things that people see and they don't want to be a part of that. Okay, so I'm not getting on everyone. I'm not saying I was wrong about the thing earlier, but I am saying that you need to develop certain social things. And if you just look up social etiquette and you follow that and you learn how to pick up good social skills, you will kill nowadays. People just don't understand that. Next one I would say is start a business. Anything. Pick up and learn just how to figure that stuff out. If you can do that like when you're 18 and you're like, oh, I'm just mowing lawns, and learn how to pull money on your own, you're 120% better than everyone else. and you will dominate by the time you're 25, 30. You know, you'll kill, because if you can develop those skills, the sales aspect, the working aspect, the aspect of building a client base and learning how to put them in the books and learning how to price and learning how to do all that, you will absolutely dominate by the time you are 25 and 30. I kid you not. Learning your value and not being scared of your value is something super important. Like, people will undervalue you your whole life. They'll be like, oh, you're not this, you're not that. You are whatever price you think you are in your head. And that's true. And if you can think that if you think that you're $1 million a year, then you'll be worth $1 million a year. If you're think that you're worth less than that, you'll get paid what you produce in the world. So, yeah. It's been a good time.